Oh yeah, and then we haven't done a base of fire rifle update for a while. Someone even actually asked about it in the comments, which I was very excited about. Thank you. So here's our base of fire rifle update. If you're not familiar with the base of fire rifle concept, lots of guys have talked about this in the past. It's not original to me, but it's a way to do an end run around the NFA, the National Firearms Act, that makes full automatic weapons out of reach for most average guys. And the idea was I'm big on the militia, so for me it's the idea for a militia fire team, but it could be for a mag or anything, to have at least one of these in each team, and it's an AR-15. I'll show you in a minute, with a binary trigger, a very heavy barrel, some kind of optic, and a bipod. And it would be exactly what it is. It sounds like a base of fire rifle that could also double as a DMR, designated marksman rifle. I was thinking, hey, it might give some guys capabilities, for suppressive fire, again for DMR, that sort of thing. You shoot and move. So we started this project a while ago now, and we got a Fostech binary trigger that someone donated to us. Thank you very much. And Ponder on it was a great gun channel, a smaller channel, but really good quality videos, sent us this upper. And you guys know what I think about red dots. This is just on there for testing purposes. It was lent to me. But I'll leave it on there for a while. This is going to end up with an optic. What I did figure out is this is way too low. I've got to raise it up somehow, but ignore the red dot. So Ponder on it sent us the upper. I got a nickel boron bolt carrier group from Palmetto State Armory, but more on that in a minute. And so what this month's project, the Patreon guys make this possible. And if it wasn't for them, this wouldn't be happening at all. I've got large amounts of children, and I couldn't afford to do this by myself. So the Patreon guys come alongside and help us out with this. And we really appreciate them. They don't get anything special out of it. There's no content on the Patreon. I put about one video a month up there just telling them thank you. So they're just doing this just to be a help and encouragement to us. So we really appreciate the Patreon guys. So last month we got the barrel. This is a 24-inch heavy barrel, fluted, you can see. It's Parkerized. It is chrome moly. It's from Bear Creek Arsenal. They had a good deal on it. It's a 1 7-inch twist. In 1 7 is what the military uses on the A2, the M16A2. I do not know if it's on the M4 or not. I don't know what the twist weight is on the M4. I don't know why it would be different, but then it could be. I don't know. This will stabilize the 60. The thing about twist rate is it stabilizes the different weights, the bullet weights, and everything I've read, and obviously the military uses this. It'll stabilize the 62 grain bullets. What I was reading though when I did the research is that the only reason the military went with 1 7-inch twist is for tracer rounds. If it hadn't been for tracer rounds, they're a little longer, and for some reason that affects things. They actually would have gone with 1 9-inch twist. This is just what I'm reading. I don't know any of this stuff off the top of my head. For years I thought the military did use 1 9. I don't know why I thought that, but it's 1 7. So this will stabilize the 62 grain bullets. I mean, it'll shoot the 55 grains fine. I mean, you guys at least know these things. Now, it's not like the faster twist rates won't shoot the bullets. They just won't be as accurate, especially at the longer ranges. But this 1 7-inch twist will allow me to have a magazine set aside of much heavier, longer range ammo for the DMR function for the rifle. So the 1 7-inch twist is pretty versatile. It can stabilize, down to that 62 grains. Maybe not perfect, maybe not as well as 1 9 would, but then it can also get up there in those 77 grain ones, and you can get stabilized on some of the heavier bullets for some longer ranges, heavier hitting. So this was supposed to go to the gun shop this month to get the barrel swapped out. We're going to take that 18-inch barrel off of the upper that Ponder on it sent us. I had to put this long barrel on there. I got kidney stones and had to spend my Patreon money this month on doctor's visit. I've never had kidney stones before. They're awful. If you can avoid them, please do. So nothing happens on the rifle this month. Somewhere around here, I've got a barrel nut, a heat sink barrel nut that's supposed to dissipate 17 times more heat than a regular barrel nut. I have misplaced it. I don't know if I lost it. I don't know. My usual MO is to blame kids when things disappear, but the truth of the matter is that I'm terrible about leaving stuff laying around. So I may have to reorder my barrel nut, which, yeah, I'll go back and get that heat sink barrel nut. It's a big part of, the heat. This is going to be a base of fire weapon, high volume of fire. When I first started the concept, I was calling it a volume of fire weapon until I realized it could be a DMR as well. So we changed it to base of fire. So heat is one of the big enemies of the AR-15 platform, and that right there in the chamber and throat and there's a can word that applies to that too. All that's where the heat can be a big problem, and that barrel nut sits right over that. So if it dissipates that heat 17 times faster than a normal barrel nut, that could be a big advantage in this application. I'm not sure. The barrel nut's not that heavy. I wish I had it. I'm so mad that I can't find it. It doesn't appear that heavy. I'd like to compare it to a regular barrel nut and see what the weight difference is. But I don't know why they're not on all rifles, because why not have the capability? I don't know. There may be a reason. So there is the base of fire rifle update, and it's a bit wandering. So when the Patreon money hits, so what's left to do? So we're going to get the barrel put on next. And when I went to shoot this, I just put this together. I've got the binary trigger in there. Works great, that Fostech. To me, I'm no expert, but to me, the single, what's really cool about the Fostech is you can flip between binary and semi-automatic and safe. Some of them are only binary. Once you have the binary in there, that's all you can do. The semi-automatic, or the single shot's not the right term because that means something else. But the one-shot trigger pull, to me, feels a little bit better than the mil-spec trigger I had in there but before I switched it out. But I'm not an expert. It's hard to know. When I started shooting this thing with this brand new bolt carrier group, it had a failure to extract with the first round. So I had to switch this upper out I was at the range with a guy, and he had a 300 blackout upper. And I dropped that on the lower with the binary trigger, and it ran great. The binary trigger works amazing. But I don't know if because it's a brand new bolt carrier group, if it just had a break-in or something. It has a break-in or something. I didn't take this apart, I don't think yet. Maybe I did. I don't remember. So I'm not sure why it had a failure to extract. I shot all my ammo. All I've got is my combat load, so I can't really do any testing right now. So we've got to figure out what's going on with this bolt carrier group. Like I said, if it was just a one-time thing, first time I've been shot, I don't know. Maybe I didn't have it lubed enough, but I don't think that would affect the extractor. I had it pretty wet too. I mean, I dumped a lot of. Of course, I didn't realize it had failed to extract at that point. It wasn't until I got home. I shot that first round. It wasn't working. I got home, pulled it apart, and saw the round in the chamber and knocked it out. Because I just set it aside when it did it. So I haven't put a lot. I've got to do some more with this and figure out what's going on with that. After we get the barrel switched out, we need a muzzle device. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for the muzzle. I might just put an A2 birdcage on there, but I don't know. I got to decide what I'm going to do for the muzzle. Got to do we need a bipod. This Ponder on it. He sent us this really nice Odin's Works handguard, and it's M-lock. So I want to find an M-lock. I've already looked at them. It's an M-lock bipod with traverse and cant. So those are a little more expensive. They're not terrible, but they're a little more expensive. And then we're going to have to do an optic eventually. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I know it's not going to have batteries, but it's going to probably be a 1 in 4 or 1 in 6. I'm not real smart on the optics. I know I want something with low power. I mean, this is 500-600 yard gun. I mean, it's not. I don't need a 24 power telescope or anything. But that's in the future. And at some point, I will probably switch out this buttstock and put that back on just an A2 setup for me, and come up with a different buttstock for this. But that is far, far, far in the future. Right now, like I said, the next step is to get the barrel switched on and get some ammo up, because it's going to need a fair amount of ammo. It just blows through. A 30-round magazine just is gone. And so that's what's up next. If you want to be a part of this project, like I said, it's the Patreon that is allowing us to do this. So go check out the Patreon. Like I said, there's not much on there. There's nothing to check out. It's just that's the way if you want to be part of this project to do it. And that is the update on the BOF rifle, men. Thank you. We appreciate you.